got to admit, when I first heard the idea, I was like, man, I don't know if the world is ready for this kind of story.
Yeah.
But then I thought about it again, and I was like, well, I'm ready for this kind of story, so why the heck not?
Yeah.
But when you were going through, the process of it, did you have any days where you were like, I don't know how this is going to be received? Or was it clarity kind of right from the start?
I mean, the clarity right from the start was that I loved it. And so I was like, well, if I love this and I've discovered there are fans of this book, I mean, there's a lot of fans of this book, right? So at least there's that to go from. And then it was just about kind of trusting my instincts with it and hoping that the thing that made me a fan would make other people a fan eventually. That being said, was it very obvious to adapt a very smutty gay hockey book? Like, maybe not, but we did. We found we had a lot of support. We had a lot of institutional support from our parent company, Bell Media, and they were very into it, and they were they wanted this thing, and they got it right away, and so that felt great. And then at that point, it's just like you kind of got to trust yourself and do your thing.
The Canada-Russia final showcasing the two most talked about prospects in the world. Canada's Shane Hollander.
Shane Hollander, I wanted to introduce myself.
Okay.
And Russia's Ilya Rozanov.
You're an awesome player to watch.
Yes.
Very good at hockey.
The best, probably.
We will be seeing each other a lot.
Yeah, Boston and Montreal play against each other often.
And for you guys, what was your relationship to hockey before being cast?
Oh,
absolutely non-existent.
That's crazy to believe.
The closest I got was I grew up in a hockey town, but I learned through the show that it was 3 periods, not 4 quarters. So it's pretty.
But now we love it. Now we love it.
Now I love it.
I mean, yeah, it's actually probably, if I was gonna watch a sport, that would probably be the sport I would want to watch.
Yeah.
Did you learn anything about the world of hockey and the culture of hockey throughout this process?
Oh yeah, I mean, when we were doing all of the hockey bits, we kind of looped that, we bunched that all together in the shoot. And I mean, we were with how many did we have, like 50?
Dozens.
Yeah, we had a ton of actual hockey players, a lot of them professionals. So we got to sit down and really kind of learn what that was like to be in that brotherhood of hockey,
Yeah, and those guys were amazing. We were so lucky. We had in particular, both of your doubles who were just
so supportive.
Nice guys and so supportive.
Jonah and Ralph.
Because I mean, it's like, especially being at that high of a level, it's so easy to watch someone come in as a newcomer, and just be like, tear you apart, and not even being mean about it, but just like they could have corrected in a certain way, but they were so supportive and like, do it like this, hold like this.
Their commitment to making you guys look good was amazing.
And they didn't have to do that. All they had to do was show up and look good for their own bit, but they literally took us aside and taught us almost everything.
We were doing drills with them. It was crazy. It was great. Yeah, it was really nice.
It speaks to the hockey community too.
100%.
1000%.
It is. There's a lot to be said, but like that brotherhood and that support is real. They're really, once you're in that family or they've decided that you're on side, it's very seductive and it's very supportive.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Montreal is nice, yes?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Boston is nice too?
Think so? People like it there.
We will be seeing each other a lot.
Yeah, Boston and Montreal play against each other often.
The show is obviously very physical. You've got the sport element, the
Hey-o.
hockey, and the training, and also the sex is very,
Yeah.
very physical. And
Yeah.
so for you guys, how did you take care of your bodies to kind of get into the physicality of the roles? And did you learn anything about maybe getting into the athlete's mindset when it comes to taking care of yourselves?
I spent every waking minute that I wasn't shooting with Connor in the gym and eating as much ground beef as he did, which was a lot
for
of
pound.
Yeah, it was a pound a day of just beef, which was not fun. There's a photo of me somewhere on my camera roll where I am crying eating ground because it was so much, and I was crying after the first patty.
I thought that was a joke for him. That was a bit, and then he's like crying.
No, I knew. I knew. Dude, here's the difference. I knew it was real. I just think it's funny.
Yeah,
and it's getting in the show.
I had 2 more patties to go, and it was so dry and awful. And I was like, oh, I have to do this, but I grew up playing sports and considering myself an athlete, although albeit a failed one. But I felt like
Not anymore, baby.
but
Now I'm TV's newest hockey.
yeah. Yeah. So it kind of felt like I was clicking back into the sort of just commitment into the discipline.
They were both in pretty good shape when we cast them.
Well, that's important.
I
It
did.
is. No, it's an
I
enormously...
was 75 pounds overweight.
He was a sumo wrestler. It was. I mean, obviously, you're so right to because it's actually not dissimilar from the hockey training to the intimacy training. These are both physically demanding things.
Yes, yeah.
It's using your body in two different ways, but definitely using your body as part of the work. And I think it's fair to say that there was as much time devoted to the intimacy as to the hockey.
Absolutely.
And it was like two things that we took very seriously because if you don't get those two parts right, there's not a lot to hang your hat on.
Yes. You know what it reminded me a lot of is when ESPN used to do the body issue.
Yeah.
Where you'd get those athletes and you get to appreciate their bodies, obviously for how strong they are, but for everything that
The
they
machines.
are.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I just thought that was so important. I want to talk about, I think there's a lot of things that people will be able to take away from the series, but of course, one of the biggest things I think is that consent is sexy. And these characters are so good at checking in with each other, asking permission, communicating so well. But how did you balance that with then also allowing for playfulness and spontaneity, but making sure the foundation was consent is there?
I mean, that was very honestly, that's in the book. I mean, that's, and it's also used, again, in the smartest way by Rachel as character development, is that Ilya seems like very confident, very controlling, but he's actually a deeply empathetic and kind lover. And that's part of his character. That's a reveal about Ilya that is like, he might not want you to think that, but actually he's a really good guy. And part of that reflects in that he wants Shane to enjoy this too. He's not looking for selfish sex. He's looking for a connection. They're both looking for a connection. And so with that intimacy comes a very a lot of checking in, a lot of consent, and a lot of, as a gay man, I can tell you that anal sex is a lot of trial and error, and it's a thing, and if you're going to do that with your partner, there's a lot that can be uncomfortable, and there's a lot that you want to talk through and that you want to make sure is okay. And also, I think that any form of part of what we wanted to do with the sex in this show is to make it feel real, and that is how real sex happens. You don't stop talking and stop existing and go into a montage with music playing. You communicate, you make eye contact, you discuss if something isn't feeling good or something is feeling odd, or even if you're just like, this pillow's doing a weird thing right now, I'm just gonna move that. That's a normal part of sex, and I think it's hot too.
Did your mom buy all these pillows?
No. I hired someone, a designer.
You think there is enough?
Such an asshole.
I think maybe you like it.
I can smell the cigarettes from here.
I had one.
You shouldn't be smoking.
And you shouldn't be talking. Come here.
No, you come here.
No, you come here.
No, you come here.
Now, I want to ask you two, what makes Hudson the perfect Shane?
I mean, Hudson, first of all, is a really good actor. I think people, if you don't know Hudson in his real life, you don't realize how transformative and different Shane actually is. Hudson is so enthusiastic, playful, wacky. I mean, I think he has a lot of the tenacity that Shane has, but it looks very different. So, I mean, I think, I don't know if this makes any sense, but I think him just being a really good actor is kind of what makes him the perfect Shane.
What Hudson had right away when I saw his tape was that he had, which it turns out was a totally wrong read on my part about him, a seriousness.
Good actor.
Again, Connor's right, a very good actor, because in real life, not so much. But in his seriousness that came through when he read, and he had an ability. Shane was actually a really tricky character to write and a really tricky character to execute, because so much of him is internal, and that requires a lot of active listening and a lot of letting your face do the work, because Shay doesn't talk a lot, and I wasn't going to make him talk a lot because that was not part of who he is. And so he had to express a lot of things physically again. And I think that Hudson actually is an incredibly physical actor, and it shines through for Shane and makes it, I think that you understand what he's feeling every step of the way. And that is a minor miracle with this performance. Yeah.
huge internal
You guys have
like.
never been so nice.
And never will be again.
Okay. Well,
We're
that's
on
good.
camera right
Back to
now.
normal.
Send this to you.
I'll enjoy
Back
this
to
one.
normal after this.
Yeah.
And of course, I'll return the question as well. What has made Connor the perfect Ilya?
He's a very great actor.
Ah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah. And I would say
I'm
that
not acting.
yeah, he has.
Why do you keep doing that weird American accent?
Yeah, I'm prepping for something.
Okay, I got it.
I think Jacob spoke about it earlier, but Ilya is deeply sensitive on the inside as much as he doesn't want to show it, and the thing he wants to show is more of a performance in a way, is his sort of playboy energy, and I think Connor is more adjacent, very much more adjacent to Ilya's soft and endearing, sensitive side. That he didn't have to play that, and that's the part of the show that's really gonna make it real. And then the sort of showy, arrogant playboy side was the performance. So that really fit Ilya. And as well, Connor is sort of a hobby linguist, and he loves languages. He loves accents. Half the time he's talking to you, he's like noticing what your mouth does or where your tongue is in your mouth when you say a certain word. And that
Where your
tongue is in my mouth.
Yep. We're not always in the mouth.
Nailed it, guy.
And
Bring it back to the show.
Hey.
but that only paid off, and everyone, and even all the Russians on the show have just
They thought he was Russian.
yeah, they
I
thought
was
he was.
surprised
They
to
thought
find
he
out
was
you
Russian.
weren't.
Yes,
Yeah.
so
I love that.
that really paid off.
I love that a lot.
Yeah, and it took a lot of discipline as well, but
Yeah.
Thank you, Huddy.
Yeah.
That makes me feel good.
What I would say is the first thing that I noticed about, first of all, he is very confident, which is enormously important for Ilya, but he's also incredibly smart. And to play, what I wanted out of Ilya was a slyness and a kind of, that Ilya's always trying kind of not to laugh, especially at Shane, to show what he doesn't want Shane to realize is how much he likes him and how endlessly charmed he is by making Shane uncomfortable, that like it actually lights him up inside, that he loves it. And he did that so well right away. And that kind of you can't be empathetic without intelligence, and that was the big thing that came through to me, is that translation from being smart and sly into empathetic and vulnerable, he made feel very natural, and that's his smarts coming through.
I'm thinking about this show and how people are going to receive it, and for those who might stumble upon the show and somehow missed the memo of the sexy stuff, what would
They
you
just stopped
want?
listing it from the director of Shoresy.
Yeah, exactly. What do you all want them to take away who might be like, what have I stumbled into?
I think they can take away whatever they want. You know, this is a show that actually wears its heart on its sleeve. This is a show about love. This is a show about two people who are in love and might not realize it initially, but they are. And I think that we're just trying to put out joy and kindness here and let them take from that whatever they would like, you know. This show also loves hockey. And I agree with you. Hockey is... There's a lot there, right? It is not a perfect culture. That's obvious. I think sports in general is not. There's a lot. There is road to hoe. There is progress to be made, but I think that this is certainly not a takedown of that. This is a celebration of what can be, I think. And I think that this show is decidedly optimistic about that, and I would hope that comes through.
And lastly, for me, let's end on a little fill in the blank. I'll give you an example. Heated rivalry. Come for the sport, stay for the spice.
We like.
Heated,
I saw something go through your eyes.
well,
I'm telling you not to.
heated rivalry. Come for the puck, stay for the butts. Thought I was gonna go somewhere, and I kind of went there, about 70%. I said butts.
You did.
Yeah, hockey butts. They're a
That's
thing.
what rhymes.
That's what rhymes.
And we
called
all
me
know
called me
how.
intelligent. You called me intelligent. I just proved it.
I regretted it
Yeah.
as soon as it came out of my mouth.
We gave him way too much time to fester in this.
I know.
Should've
It's
started with
Panic,
overwhelming.
panic.
Yeah, I'm just trying to pull everything back and then put forwards the better ideas in my head. I would just say, on a more wholesome note, just come for the hot sex and stay for the warm love.
That's actually
Yeah,
kinda-
you know
I kinda
what?
like that.
Yeah, that's great. Heated rivalry. Just come.
Yeah.
And that's on that.
That's on
And
that.
that's on that.
I
Thank
know how to
you.
button it.
Yes, you sure do, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down. I'm
Thank you.
really
It's our
excited
pleasure.
for people
Thank
to
you
see
very
this
much.
one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank you.
That was
Thank you.
awesome. Thank you.